y'all. Welcome back to Season 6, Episode 10 of Teed Up, where everybody's a sports expert.
A podcast that makes students care about sports.
We're an original podcast created and produced by Long Beach State's student-run newspaper, the Long Beach Current.
I'm Brandon Rodriguez.
And I'm Gianna Echeverria. Across the table from us, we actually have first-time guest and also sports editor Timothy Hessen.
What's
Is that
up?
how you say your last name?
Timothy Hessen, yep.
Timothy Hessen and Alan. Alan, first year on the Current, a sports assistant as well. And a Steelers fan.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we wanted to talk to these two, both big NFL fans. And basically, we're doing like a injury episode, if you will. Also, like a rundown, kind of. We talked about NFL at the start of the season. We're a little bit more in the midseason now, going into Week 8 for a timeline. Huge bye week this week. But, yeah, I just wanted to, like, talk to you guys and see how we felt. So, yeah.
For sure.
So
Okay.
just in general, how have you guys looked at the season?
It's been good. This, I feel like, is the mid-team podcast today. We've got the mid-49ers, the mid...
Wait.
Outside of Gianna,
Thank
the
you.
Packers, first place
The
in the
mid-team
NFC.
podcast.
They're mid too.
But we've got a lot of mid-teams on this podcast.
Yeah, we do.
5-2, Denver is my team. Has looked pretty solid. The struggles of watching a quarterback who is not really the guy, and you're like finding out that he's not the guy in real time. It's like it's like a relationship falling apart. It's like every game it's like maybe, and then it's like no. But our defense is great, and we're 5-2. So
Yeah.
we'll be in the playoffs probably. It's just not. I don't know if we can escape the mid category. It's at least my personal. I know I called your team mid, but. Is that how you feel?
It's okay. I mean, I think we are mid too. I think the Broncos are a better team though, for the reason being that they're younger. We're like the Lakers. It's a retirement home right now. So I'm not a big fan of that. Although it is nice to have veterans in the locker room, it's just, it's hard. It's hard right now. There's a lot of like cracks that we have within the offense and the defense, and every game shows every single crack that we have. So.
How have you felt with Aaron Rodgers so far in the season?
I mean, I'm kind of scared because I feel like it might be like last year with like Russell Wilson, where like mid-season Russell Wilson just like loses control, didn't know how to play. Then we put in, someone else to play, and that didn't work out. So I'm kind of scared that that's the same thing that's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers. Like, messes up after this week, someone comes in, and then the whole season is just ruined. So
I've actually never talked to you about this, but what was your initial reaction when you found out Aaron Rodgers was coming?
I was bittersweet. I think it's the same thing, again, like Russell Wilson. He came last year, a vet, but, I mean, it didn't really help out the situation. So I think Aaron Rodgers coming in with, a lot more caliber within, especially with the NFC, what's it called? I don't know. I think I was just like, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it rides. So
You wanted Shadur Sanders in the draft, huh?
I did. I wanted
You
to
did?
Yes, I did.
There, yeah.
Because
Jackson Dart, somebody in the 20s.
I wanted someone who was young. Obviously, we got Will Howard, and right now he's in the IR, so it kind of makes no sense that we have him.
He's like whatever.
He's whatever.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I wanted someone who was high caliber coming out of college. So
Well, sorry.
it's all good.
Maybe next year.
I was for sure Jackson Dart was going to the Steelers. I don't know why that was like my.
Yeah,
I thought so,
that
too.
was
strategy.
I was like, after Sanders, I was like, Jackson Dart has to be our man. He has to be our guy. And then we picked some random thing, and I'm just like, yeah, all right, whatever. It's okay.
I think he's been better than you're giving him credit, though, Rodgers.
True.
Like, the
True.
defense is more of an issue, I think. Yeah.
I think it's just both, man. I think it's
that's
both.
fair.
Yeah.
This is the mid-team podcast. So,
Yeah.
it's kinda
The mid-team guests
Mid-team
and Brandon
guest, my
also.
fault. Mid-team guest and Brandon.
And Brandon's
it just
team, too,
doesn't
so-
quite
Yeah.
roll off the tongue.
Yeah,
It's been a painful season to say the least. I don't know how you can describe a 5-2 season as
That
painful.
is crazy to
Yeah,
me.
I don't
Like,
even understand how we're 5-2.
Uh,
I don't know. It's painful to see Purdy play the way he does whenever he is in,
Mm.
and then you have Mac Jones as the answer.
But Jones has been the dog.
He has been a
Yeah,
dog,
yeah,
but like, man, the fact that we're relying on him is kind of crazy. But and then our receivers go down. We have a new
The entire-
linebacker every
entire
week.
Defense.
It's all bad.
Yeah. So this was low-key my idea to do like an injury pod, mostly because my co-host here has a skeleton of a team.
Absolutely.
So obviously
It's
a
a
lot to
hospital
talk
over there,
about,
man.
but also
Yeah.
I feel like injuries this year have really dictated what team is considered good and like who we view as good and bad. Like right now, the best record in the NFL is the Indianapolis Colts, which is like
crazy.
It's crazy. And you just, like, you think about saying something like that last year. Like, the Indianapolis Colts are 6-1 with Daniel Jones. Like, what?
And people were so angry when they found out he was going to start. And
Yeah.
6-1. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's just, like, I feel like injuries have really, like, made teams that could have been competitors, you know, not. And then the teams that are not injured, which is very few of them, have obviously come into the limelight. So.
Well, I think the Niners, we could be talking Super Bowl if just guys aren't getting hurt. I mean, Fred Warner and Nick Bosa are two of the best defense players in the league. Your defense is still good. Robert Saleh is like a miracle worker.
Yeah.
The Jets are ridiculous. They didn't respect his aura. You know, that's just what your defense is just aura, and that's it. There's no talent, just guys, you know, getting together. Because I mean, it's still been okay. But you look at what you guys have lost on defense. Offensively, Kittle been out since week 1, came back. Obviously, your quarterback is gone, although that might be a positive, low key. But
honestly, at this point, I don't know.
Yeah, what's your take? Are you? Because I mean, you guys are still good, but it's just I feel like if I was you, it's like we could have won the Super Bowl this year with how good the rest of it has looked.
And the big thing for me is that I think Shanahan has been forced to step up with his play calling because I've always thought his play calling is questionable, to say the least, when he has Ayuk, McCaffrey, and everybody in the lineup. But now that they're out of the picture, he's forced to actually step up his play calling. I think Saleh has always had that high bar where he's going to make your team better on defense. Doesn't matter where he's at. He's going to make whoever's there work. So I'm not surprised with Saleh, but the one I am surprised with is Shanahan. I know McCaffrey's a big reason why we're having this success, but the fact that he is stepping up his play calling, I'll give him credit on that, but it sucks that it has to come with it's because we had all these injuries.
It's so funny. It's just every day it's like somebody's dying.
I was like watching it, okay, week 1 Kittle, like, you know, week 2 another one, and then I think it was very recently, like week 6. I was about to say something crazy. Week 6, week 6, maybe week 7, when Fred Warner got hurt. And it was like an ankle injury, and I was like, oh, okay. And I texted Brandon, and I was like, yo, like, are you mentally okay?
Yeah.
Like, this was kind of your only guy that you could really, like, ride for and be like, all right, like, we got Fred Warner still making big plays, stopping big runs, like, being that guy. And you just have zero guy.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's crazy.
bad.
It's really bad.
It's gone bad to where I say Mikael Williams is my savior.
That's crazy.
Bryce Huff, who's now injured too. We can't catch a break.
I feel like online people, like 49ers fans, are always like, there's something's like, this isn't bad luck. Like, we got to fire the whole like player conditioning training staff.
Oh.
Do you get that angry where you start looking at stuff like that? Or are you just like,
we have a history of drafting and picking up the most injury ridden like players ever.
Yeah.
So. And we just try to make them work. They have this high ceiling, but they have the injury problem. Jason Verrett is the first name that comes to mind. Mikael Williams had a huge injury problem coming out of college. Warner's the only one. McCaffrey, Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa has like torn both his ACLs, I think, at this point.
Pretty hurt for a little bit last year too.
Yes, Purdy was hurt for a
He's got
while.
the body of like a regular guy.
Yeah, he's got the regular guy.
The regular guy build.
If he was on this podcast, he wouldn't be like anything crazy.
No, it would be like
Tim,
Allen, and Brock Purdy.
Yeah. It wouldn't stand out.
Then even like Jimmy Garoppolo, when we had him, he was just like the most injury riddled guy, even on the Patriots when you're a backup. Like it's just the type of players we've always picked up, and we found those seasons where we get lucky and no one gets hurt. And those are the times that we go to the Super Bowl. But besides that, it's like, I don't, it's hard to say that it's just the conditioning. It's obviously the players we pick up.
That's fair.
I kind of want to go back to like her question where it was like, the Colts are good. And I think it goes back to like what you guys are talking about, injury and players and trainers and coaches and all that. I think it's just the system. Like the system in which you're in, like obviously AR-15, Anthony Richardson, was supposed to be the guy for the Colts.
Right.
And you have Daniel Jones, and it's just like, what are the Colts doing behind the scenes that are making people win? Or like, you know, the Steelers were kind of so-so team. People want Tomlin out for the same reason. What's wrong with the system? And what's right with the Colts system right now?
Right.
Same thing with Tampa Bay. What's right with Tampa Bay, and what's wrong with whichever team over there in the NFC is doing bad?
Right.
And Tampa's been hurt. Sorry, excuse me.
No,
But, Tampa's been super hurt as
100%.
well. They've been up there.
Well, kind of speaking to like the Colts and Tampa Bay, even like those are both these teams have quarterbacks that have gone to organizations and have been unsuccessful by a lot, even bad. And Baker Mayfield was like not a big name until like he came in for the Rams and like had that crazy like Hail Mary and
Raider game.
yeah, like just stuff like that where he comes in as like a savior here and there, but it works for him at Tampa Bay. Like they had these close games. He has these clutch moments in the fourth quarter, like, and for some reason it works for him at the Bucks.
Yeah.
It works for Daniel Jones in Indiana. Like obviously wasn't even a lick of success in New York. Like very, very bad. Very, really bad. The fans hated him. But now you come to Indianapolis and you're this like savior. The fans love you now. Now you're all gassed up. And I feel like energy and the people that surround you and like how you're perceived by like even the fan bases, so simple, has everything to do with your ego and how you step onto that field every Sunday.
Absolutely. And he's got some swag now. I don't know if there's a little like,
Daniel
interview.
Jones has built an aura.
He
Exactly.
like, clapped back at the reporter, or he was asked a question, like basic question about like people not expecting the Colts to be good, and he was like, "You guys don't know anything" or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like you weren't talking like that, and you know what I mean. So,
You weren't talking at all.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember
Exactly.
one interview that was noticeable from that guy. Like, but it simply is like the build of everything, which is why it's hard for me when people do like talk about Mike Tomlin leaving. Like Mike Tomlin is, I'm pretty sure this is still true, the longest NFL
coach.
head coach, and also has never had a losing record.
Losing season, yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay, like yeah, you're mid, but you're also never been bad.
Exactly.
So it's like, what do you prefer?
Yeah, so I mean, there's just like, it's just a juggle up. I mean, again, you can't really put the whole blame on the head coach. There's a whole bunch of different, what's it called, sections. Like there's quarterback coaches, there's wide receiver coaches, there's all those different types of cores that everyone puts their like heart into. So it's like, you can't just point the finger at Tomlin. Yes, I mean, he is technically the face of the Steelers. He's been there for a long time. He's like if Bill Cowher was still there. You know, he's the face of the Steelers. But you got to give credit where it's due. I mean, like how you said, never had a losing season since he's been in the NFL. So, I mean, in my opinion, I think we could still let it ride. I mean, he has time. There's still a lot of time for players to grow. He has a pretty young wide receiver core. Same thing with the running back. So, got to see how it goes.
Well, I guess now actually pivoting to injuries and like players and specifics of everything. You want to let's start with Timothy.
All right. Guard Ben Powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is he someone that you guys are going to see later or back later in the season? And also, I do want to add this too: is Batonio going to be in trade talks with you guys?
That's the hope. I mean, the thing, so Powers is on IR, but it's like one of those weird IRs where you don't know when he's coming back, which is almost worse. If he's just out for the season, it's like, okay, go get somebody.
Yeah.
It's like, it seems like a 5 to 6 week, maybe, more than that. But, it just, he looks like he's going to be out for a while. And then we had since he got hurt, we've started a different left guard in every game because the backups got hurt, and then the backup to the backup just wasn't that good. And then now we're playing a guy who was like our swing tackle, who we'd bring in jumbo packages. Now we're moving him to left guard, and he actually was fine against New York. The offense, it was a good offensive performance. The thing with offensive line is you're watching the game. That's the thing where you kind of rely a lot on PFF grades because you can't really the average and even a super into passionate fan, which I feel like I am. It's hard to analyze the left guard play. And it's just are we running the ball well? That's really what you're looking at. Yeah. And our run game has suffered. So it's you'd like to go get a guy like Joel Batonio because the thing our selling point last year was Bo Nix, least sacked quarterback. A lot of that is on him. Also credit to one of the best offensive lines in the league. We still have 4 really good, or we have 3-star offensive linemen. McGlinchey, Bowles, and Minor is all really solid. Wattenberg at center is fine, and then Ben Powers is really solid at left guard, except he's out for forever. And so it's just the run game is going to suffer, and then ideally, there'd be a little bit more room for your second-year quarterback to step up. It's been a mixed bag so far, but I would love to get Joel Batonio or somebody, dude. I mean, the problem I saw a stat recently in the last 15 years. Of all the positions that have been traded at the trade deadline, receiver is number 1 with 34. Edge is something in the mid-20s. Those guys, there's a ton of talent there. There's been 3 offensive linemen traded at the trade deadline in the last 10 or 15 years or so because people don't have a good offensive lineman that they're willing to part with. If he's good, you're not really willing to trade him. Batonio is a weird case where he's old and he's still good. It's just like the Browns are just like not doing anything.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like they're already sending their quarterbacks to die every single game. I'm hoping that they're willing to part with him. I know there's been trade rumors, but we'll see. But it's just generally, to be fair, I think the Broncos have not been too ravaged by injuries. But it is tough, and it's just like it's part of football. It's such a physical game. It's like you got your chips and you got your beer and your whatever, and every day you're planning. Like there's gonna be 10 times in this game where it looks like someone is seriously hurt, and we're just gonna go change the channel or whatever. Yeah. But that's just unfortunately the nature of the sport.
And then moving over to the Steelers. Honestly, you guys don't really have anything super significant, as injuries have not been too much of a problem. But Calvin Austin is out. Is that someone that can be a difference maker once he does come back?
I think so. I've seen that the Steelers offense has been it's been very mixed. We have a lot of we go in one drive with a whole bunch of running, or a whole bunch of different plays for wide receivers and plays for tight ends. I mean, we've been using Jonnu Smith a lot. We've been using Washington a lot, and just trying to utilize every single player that we've had. It goes back to the same thing that he was saying. It's like every single game, it's like someone looks like they're going to be day to day or completely out. So it's just a matter of time for each player. But I think once he comes in, he'll make a difference. He'll be part of those plays that we need him for specifically, since we have very specifically designed plays for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever get worried about Aaron Rodgers being old at your quarterback? Obviously, we know last year, first possession of the game, steps back and rips ACL?
Achilles, whatever.
Achilles,
yeah. Oh, rips his Achilles. Even worse, I feel like, than an ACL. How do you manage your expectations with that?
I mean, he's old,
Yeah,
so,
totally.
I mean, you're being that long in the league, your body wear and tear. It's not the best thing. So it's bound to happen. Hopefully not soon. Obviously we need him for the time being right now. And then if he does have a good season, we could re-sign him. That would be the best option for us, especially since we don't really have a quarterback that we really have on radar. So yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of time. The good thing is that we do have a whole bunch of younger quarterbacks that we could probably pick up and give a chance to. So that doesn't worry me too much. But as far as Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he's still got a lot in the tank.
Yeah,
and he's definitely shown that. He's definitely shown that in these past couple of games.
Yeah.
He's happy at Pittsburgh. So, yeah.
Well, Brandon, obviously we touched on how terrible they are, all your injuries. But what do you think has been the hardest punch to the gut for you?
Absolutely, Fred Warner.
Yeah.
That's
emotionally.
It's like a nail in the coffin, honestly, too.
Yeah, when your healthy player that's always there gets injured, it's the biggest blow. And not discrediting Nick Bosa, but we've always kind of found a way to step up when Nick Bosa's absent. But having to leave Fred Warner is that's the hardest part for me, especially losing Dre Greenlaw, who's our other leader. It's definitely hurting now. Credit to Tatum Bethune and D. Winters for stepping up, but you can't really replace those guys. So that's been the roughest one. We could say the offense, but somehow they make it work with just having McCaffrey in the lineup. But apart from that, it's really these key defensive players. And I always view Fred Warner as the leader of the 49ers. It's not just the defensive leader. He's just rallies everybody.
He's the personality.
Yeah, he's the personality. He's just the hype man of the team, also being very good. So, I mean, now it's just I don't know who they rally around. I think it's kind of you have this guy, Mac Jones, who's stepping up and somehow making things work. I think he's kind of going to be forced to rally things up, especially Kittle as well. Having him back is huge. But, man, it's just losing Fred Warner is just a big blow. And I don't know how this season ends up shaping out without him. But it's hard to be optimistic. Yeah.
Is there a bigger aura deficit possible from Fred Warner to Mac Jones as your leader and rallying force of the team?
I mean, Mac Jones kind of built it up. He's kind of built it up, but
I'm screaming.
I mean, he built it up during that Rams game. He had a lot of swag during the Rams game, but Falcons not so much.
No.
So I don't know. Hopefully he kind of steps things up, and I know he's playing injured, which is the unfortunate part, but I don't know. Who knows? I guess McCaffrey's our next guy up, but we don't really have anybody else besides that.
Adrian Martinez in there. Green Bay's been a little light in the receiver room.
Yeah.
Love gets a little criticism. I feel like the Packers are like great, but it's just the expectation is to be even greater. Like last 2 games, like pulling out wins against teams that like people might think you would stop. Do you think a lot of that is just on the receiver room being a little light with Reed and Watson being out?
Well, yeah. So that's like kind of a big thing. Obviously, Jane Reed is like young. Both of them are young. So it's like it's not like it's depleting my like hopes for future for the team. Yeah. However, obviously in the now, it's just like frustrating to get along with. And then even our players who like do come in and are good are still like questionable. Like Josh Jacobs still has like that weird calf thing. Matthew Golden had like a shoulder thing going on. Like it's just like we can't. For some reason, everyone like there's a little riddled injury everywhere, but people are still like playing. So I think that honestly like speaks to Love's ability to like really emphasize and really pass to the people that or target the people that are healthy. Obviously Tucker Kraft being one of them. Really big key player for us these past couple weeks, like really outperforming himself, which is amazing to see. And him and Jordan have created a really good little like 1-2. However, I think we would be really, really good with everyone. So I mean, we have technically like the highest record or the most successful record in the NFC right now, which is like funny because obviously it's 4-1-1, so it's not like and the one being like the loss being to the Browns and the tie being to the Cowboys. It's like hard to like stomach that. Really, how valuable are these wins and losses that we're getting, kind of a thing. However, it's not like impeding on my hope for like being a successful playoff team. Sure. Like obviously with the receiver core being slim thin, Romeo Dobbs is still stepping up with that stupid guardian cap on his head. He looks so stupid. Oh my god, he looks so silly. But he's prioritizing
he'll never
safety.
Get DeMar Hamlin.
No.
I don't know if this is included on the rundown or not, but you're like the only team of the four of us where it's like you should be thinking Super Bowl.
Yeah, it actually is on the rundown. We'll all be playoff teams. However, like I mean, even at the beginning, a lot of people had takes like this guy and Maddie C were talking about Jordan Love being MVP. I don't think that's as applicable in Week 8. However, he's not a bad leader, and he's definitely utilizing what he has. You just mentioned Matt LaFleur. Like he's a fantastic coach that really capitalizes on his players trusting him. I feel like they have a lot of like creativity with that offense now that our receivers are kind of nor here nor there, and we are relying on older guys when we have a younger core. However, I think our defense needs to step up, and then we'll be fine. Micah Parsons obviously is doing good. I mean, he just got Player of the Week for the NFC. However, everyone else needs to show out, or else like I'm gonna lose it. Yeah. But I think like we put enough points on the board every week. We stop enough plays by other teams and like can show up in clutch moments sometimes. But I don't know. I get worried talking about the Super Bowl because I don't want to like jinx them. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers were in the Super Bowl. In fact, right as we speak, I would see them there.
Yeah, they're great. For
the NFC,
And they're first in the conference, and there's so much meat left on the bone. I feel like,
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, like Packers, even last year, we're a young team. I compared them earlier this year to like OKC, like how they remind me of like that young, like aura filled, like just like want to ball, hungry, young like team. Jordan Love to me was like no aura. And then I think like, I don't know what happened in the trade-off between him and Rodgers, but like something happened where he like, I don't know what Rodgers told this man, but he like thinks he's the best, which I like love about him, because when your quarterback is that confident, it's like, okay, what does he know that I don't? And like, when is it going to show up? And I don't know. I just think that the Packers will be there. And if they're not there, they're going to get pretty damn close.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say like, when your game changers are out, like the momentum shifts pretty badly. But when you have the young people who like are hungry and really want to strive and do what they're told to do and go above and beyond when someone's out, it helps out the team. Like that momentum change, even though losing your game changer sucks, it's like you have someone else who's going to be there.
100%.
And it's going to be like, just helping out the team and being someone else in the locker room that could help out the brotherhood that they have in there.
Yeah, and that's what's comforting to me about Josh Jacobs is, like, yeah, he's injured and, like, here and there, and, like, he's probably not 100% right now, but he's so, like, animalistic in the sense that, like, he will not play. Like, Josh Jacobs is going to be there every week, and, like, I know that as a fan, and, like, not only is he going to be there, but he's going to, like, push himself even with, like, his torn calf or whatever the hell he's going through, right? It's just, like, you probably have injuries and you're probably really uncomfortable every week, but you also care so much and, like, want to be out there and are so, like, driven and hungry. And I feel like because there's so much talk, and I'm sure they're hearing it too, about the Packers being, like, Super Bowl contenders, they're like, all right, like, let's live up to it. Like, it was kind of like last year when the Lions were, like, it's Super Bowl or bust kind of a thing. And they, like, obviously
busted,
which is sad, but, like, you could see that energy in the way that they played every week, and it was, like, electric. So I guess to wrap things up here, what are your guys' Super Bowl? What's your Super Bowl predictions?
You want to take first?
Dang, I'm gonna say Tampa keeps doing good, and Tampa goes back in. I like how Baker Mayfield is. Yeah. I had a lot of trust in him when he was in the Browns. Coming from a Steelers fan, I thought he was a good player. He's cocky, but he's a great player. I mean, he could do anything, and he's proven that with the whole roster of, like, injuries right now. Mike Evans is out. What's it called? And a whole bunch of other receivers and all that. So I mean, I feel like they'll keep riding it out. As far as the AFC, it's pretty unpredictable right now. But I guess I'm gonna have to ride with the Chiefs. Yeah. That's right with the Chiefs, man. Yeah, unfortunately, and I mean, I could speak, the same as Timothy said. Like, I'm in the AFC as well, so they're a tough team. It's like the Steelers with the Patriots. For a long time, we've tried bringing them down and all that, and we couldn't do it. Jesse James caught that TD, by the way. And yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with our division right now. Like with the Ravens, once Lamar Jackson comes back, it's the same thing. Right. So I would have said the Ravens for sure Super Bowl, but right now it doesn't seem like that. So I think it's just the Chiefs. The Chiefs to me.
I would agree with him too. I'm picking the Bucks. I actually like them in a close ball game. I can see Baker Mayfield pulling it out. So as long as they get back to that healthy point that they were at in the beginning of the season, I actually do see the Buccaneers making an impact, and they could possibly be a dark horse in the Super Bowl.
I like that. I'm going Chiefs over Rams, sadly.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like the Rams a lot. Their defense has been solid. I think they have the best quarterback in the NFC, which is, I think.
My dad would really love that statement.
Yeah.
My dad is like Matthew Stafford, top 5 quarterbacks all time. Like, he is.
People sleep, man.
I mean, yeah, he's good. He's consistent for being an oldie.
So I think they'll probably, like, upset somebody. Maybe they'll upset the Packers NFC Championship, and then but then probably Chiefs over Rams. Sadly, But yeah, Gianna.
My NFC Championship game is Rams Packers. I think the winner of that obviously goes to the Super Bowl. I don't want to say this, but yeah, probably Chiefs. I was really high on the Bills, but I am no longer. So they have dropped expectations for some reason. I don't know what happened or why. Like, something feels like the tide shifted in Buffalo. I don't know what it was.
Haley marrying, what's it called?
Yeah, but
Josh.
But he
was
started.
Like positive.
I thought he started the season pretty well. I don't know, but really sad that they are no longer in contention, in my opinion. I don't want to see the Chiefs back, but right now it's seeming like the most realistic option from the AFC.
Yeah, and Mahomes actually looks really good.
He's so stinky. Smells like poop.
Josh Allen had a quote after him, like, getting married, and was like, she taught me that I'm more than a football player. It's like, I don't want to
hear that. There you go. Thank you for proving that point.
I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that. But you say that after you win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You're a football player.
Yeah. Be a football player, bro. You're usually getting paid like one.
Yes,
so.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Thank you for the quote. I need a backup right there.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out Timothy for the quote. Any final thoughts that you guys want to leave for your team expectations, like, after being midway through the season?
For my Steelers, there's not much to say, for the reason being that I just gotta see how it goes. I'm very heavy on, like, letting the time pass and seeing what happens, and if whatever happens. Obviously, I would like for them to be in the playoffs, hopefully versus the Broncos. I feel like we might be able to do that.
That's
Yeah.
like a
And achieve that.
6-0 game.
Okay. But, you know, no, yeah. I want things to get a little bit better. What's it called? We do have a lot of veterans, and we should utilize the power of, like, their wisdom and their time in the game for the younger people. Because obviously after this season, we're losing a couple people, like Jabril Peppers. We got him for a year only. Same thing with A-Rod. So it's like, it just depends. But yeah, I mean, got to see how it goes.
Just in case we end up winning the Super Bowl or anything crazy, my final comments are that I was just kidding throughout this podcast, and that I do really love Bo Nix.
This was just a test.
Yeah. I was joshing around.
Screaming.
If the 49ers make the playoffs, just beat the Packers so I don't have to hear anything. Just keep it at that minimum. You can lose after that. That's okay. Just beat the Packers.
If it's Niners Packers.
He's really visiting some terrible. The only things he's held
D1
against
Packers
me,
hater.
The only things he's held against me were how terrible the Packers have been against the 49ers in the playoffs and 3 Giants World Series in 5 years. And it's looking like both of those might be blown out of the water. So a girl can dream.
Yeah.
But we do want to say thank you to our editors and producers, myself and Dante Estrada. Shout out to LB Current Socials at LB Current. And go listen to all of our stories from all these amazing people at lbcurrent.com as well. They put out stuff all the time. Timothy has a really cool column in the paper too. So, you know, keep an eye out. But thank you guys, and happy week 8.